Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my Mercenary Pyrotech commentary guide to Voidstar. I'm going to focus this guide mainly on survival tips, because as you know, Mercenaries are like the most underpowered class in Star Wars. And if you're a player who has an alt Mercenary and is about to type in the comments telling me how wrong I am and how you do so well in under 50 PvP, I want you to take your hand and place it upon your face, because I'm face palming at your idiocy. Under 50 PvP is nothing compared to the frustration me and my mercenary brothers feel every time we hit the Q Warzone button. It's God, we have no defensive cooldowns other than a crappy 1 minute cooldown stun and like a knockback that barely knocks them back like 8 meters. It was just if you don't have 50 mark, just close the video and go away. I don't want you here. But moving on to the people who actually matter, like my mercenary brothers and my commander brothers, I'm here to bring you a survival tip guide. I'm not going to focus on rotations, I'm not going to focus much on like priorities and all of that. I'm just going to show you places where you can LOS and maximize your damage and try and avoid, aggroing other people who want to kill you. So in Voidstar is an excellent warzone for the Pyrotech spec mercenary, mainly because you have lots of places to LOS. Like, the map is literally littered with pillars and little boxes and little areas you can run behind when you're getting focus fired by ranged DPS, as well as if you have melee DPS on you, you have the same pillars can be used to run them around in circles and piss them off while you pepper them with blaster bolts and grenades. So anyway, in the beginning of the Voidstars, as you can see, the two pillars to, each door has two pillars, like to the left and right, where I'm standing in one right now. That's where you want to be standing, as well as like way behind from where all the action is happening. Excuse me, I'm kind of sick. I really shouldn't be commentating. I would have got this guide out earlier, but my voice was completely screwed a couple of days ago. So bear with me if I do whinge a little bit now and then, but regardless, coming back to the game. So, anyway, as I said, if you're the Pyrotech tree, you have really good LOS potential. I mean, nearly all over the map, like right here, if you stand right behind that little crate thingy here, you can run behind the corner over there in case you get, people on you. As well as, if they do follow you back there, you can distract them long enough for your teammates to get a bridge cap out, which is good. It's a win-win situation. You're taking people out of the fight, and you're kind of pissing them off by not letting them cast on you or whack them with your bloody lightsaber, but yeah, it's good. And the other reason I really like Voidstar is the bridge. I mean, I love the bridge. It doesn't happen in this game, but sometimes when there's a massive clusterfuck on the bridge, I just like running in there and AoEing everyone off. It's really fun. And I kind of do get completely owned here in a second. The shadow does a really cool thing. It blows me off and knocks me down. I'm like, I couldn't have seen that coming. I mean, there's nothing I could have done. He did it from stealth. Props to him, that good play. So, anyway, coming to the second bit of Voidstar, this is after you blow up the first star, this is where you end up as an attacker. As you can see, the pillars to your left and right, that's where you should be hanging out, because you have a 30-meter range, and you need to exploit that to its fullest, and all the mobility you have, like, you see me going off from mainly the light armor classes of Shadow Sages, Assassins, and Sorcerers, mainly because, all the damage is weapon-based, and they have very little to mitigate that damage, so you can burst those classes down really, really easily. And as you see that, fine example of my LOSing skills right there, something comes on me, I immediately freak out and run behind a pillar like a little bitch, because that's all I can do. That's the only defense I have. If anything looks at me funny, I run behind something and pray that he doesn't follow me. It's kind of sad, I know. I blame Bioware for that. Playing Mercenary for so long has kind of made me like whinge at anything that, anything hits me, I'm like, I just run behind stuff. It's So, let's see, the other thing you should be doing is, once people start clearing up, you can kind of move to the middle and AoE lots if they're clumped up. Oh my god, look at the damage. Death from above combined with fusion missile can completely annihilate groups. It's really fun, because all the damage is tech-based, so there's no way that, they can't shield it, or, it can't be mitigated by any of the shields or anything, so it does heaps of damage. And basically, rule of thumb is yellow damage is always better than white damage, because yellow damage is the ones that are unmitigated by defensive cooldowns, which is really handy. So since we got the other plant here, I'm going to move in there and support them. Like, how you can support once it's been planted is by, area denial spells like sweeping blasters. Just put it right in front of the door so that they can't get a stealth defusal on it, because that's really annoying when it happens, because you need all that work to plant door. Just a little precautions after that can easily prevent something like defusals. It's really cool. Yeah, if anything leaps to you, whinge and knock them off. That's basically what I live by. So as we're moving on to the other bit, the final bit of Voidstar attack, you'd notice that I kind of got pulled, which is really handy for me. He actually pulled me away from the main battle scene, so I won't get stunned off and killed, which is good. You want to stay behind all the action, like coming from behind and pepper them with stuff. That's basically how you play this class. I'm going to demonstrate what I meant by the light armor class and melting. Like, you can see here, she's going to die soon. One thing though is if you get a proc off power shot, instantly cast another power shot and follow up with the rail shot. There's like a slight animation delay with power shot. If you just saw there, you know how the power shot and rail shot kind of hit immediately after each other. That kind of makes a really cool burst. So just remember that if you have the time and if you can pull it off, as soon as you get a proc of power shot, immediately cast another one and follow it up with the rail shot for that nice chunk of burst. Now this is my absolute favorite place to be in Voidstar, especially when the enemy team is melee heavy. If I stand up on top of here, I can pretty much rain death on them uninterrupted. The only way they can bring me down is by grappling me to them, or someone actually leaps to me. But the thing is, if you stand on the very edge, like I am, like with 1 foot over the edge, which shouldn't be physically possible, but whatever, this is Star Wars. Probably has something to do with something force, but anyway, midi-chlorians. And also the other cool thing is if a smuggler or an operative does do a shoot first on you, you get knocked down to the floor, so they can't follow up with the backblast burst, which is really cool. They kind of run all the way down and try and kill you, which should give you ample enough time to knock them off and run back up. However, if the team is really ranged heavy, you can actually move up to that blown up little box thingy there and stand there in DPS near the health. If you didn't notice, there's actually a health pickup right around the corner near that blown up canister or whatever. So you can use that, like if the range start focusing you, you can just run behind the thing and sneakily ninja the health pickup to get back up to full. So that's also really handy. But you could argue that standing up here is not really helping with objectives, but you're a mercenary. What do people expect from me? I mean, you just being in the war zone is like being dead weight. But I digress. Sorry, I'm whining too much. I just hate being killed by almost anything with half a brain. And what I did there was insanely stupid. I should never be running into battle. It's just a habit I picked up from playing with Marauder. I always try and pick up that little damage bonus and AoE mez them and stealth out. I can't do that on Mercenary, I gotta stop doing that. But as you see, if you LOS, you can get heals off on yourself, and also if you use your what's it called, the power surge, the thing that makes your next class instant, you can actually use that to put a rapid scan up on yourself, so you get a little bit of HP. If you follow it up with the Warzone med pack and a Coulter surge, you can actually get back up to a decent chunk of health from almost dying, which is really nice. So that's normally what I save the instant cast cooldown for, is like a heal on myself, which is really good as well. Let's see, so defending the places are pretty similar, hang around the edges, and also if you want to check on the other door, what you should do is like take this long way out, what I'm doing, like behind everyone, so you don't really attract much attention other than people who are just spawning like this guy is. So, I just want to check on the other door. The door seem fine, so I'm coming back here to help out. So the reason I like Pyrotech is when you're kiting, the only ranged moves you can do is like your incendiary missile, your thermal dead, explosive dart, and rail shot. But as well as it's really wise to use your auto attack, your rapid shots. The reason why I say that is because in this spec, if they're on fire, your auto attack does 9% more damage, and if they're not on fire, each auto attack has like a 16% chance of proccing your plasma cell, and your plasma cell dot actually ticks for quite a bit. So it's nice. If you want to kite something, you can just spam auto attack on them, and it does a fair chunk of damage as well. It's really cool. So this other pillar over here near the defending zone is also a place I like to hang out in. I do get jumped by 2 people, but I think I managed to take out one of them, because this guy does kill me off because he's a bloody OP sentinel. I'm sorry, I'm just really frustrated, but like my mercenary, I've been like killed so many times. This is like probably the only one war zone where I was able to effectively show you what I mean. I mean, this is the only reason I like Voidstar. It's like one of the one war zones I can get away with, bringing lots of DPS and people generally not noticing where it's coming from. So again, you see me, I'm always close to something I can LOS behind, so which is really nice. And I do the mistake of standing out in the open too long, and I think I do get grappled here, which is something you shouldn't do. You should always be behind that pillar so people spawning can't get to you as well. Well, what else? Well, sadly, I think in this Warzone, I don't think the attackers get past the first door, which is kind of sad. I want to show you guys the places they stand in defense on the other doors as well. But basically, what you need to remember, it's like very similar. Like whatever you're doing in attacking is the same, generally the same places you stand in defending as well, except for the second zone where you kind of tend to hang out closer to the spawn. There's a little, actually, you know what? If I get a chance in the next video or something, I'll show you exactly what I mean. There's a little ledge you can run behind. As soon as you spawn, when you spawn and jump to the left, you know, this is a little wall outcropping that you can stand behind in the second zone. But anyway, I digress. Moving on to this, as I mentioned earlier, you know, priority targets always go for light armor first and then the medium armor, because, you know, kill the squishies first, you're helping out everyone and you do more damage to them, why the hell not? Let's see, what else? Yeah, I don't have anything against the Arsenal spec. I just want to make it clear, I don't want people whinging at me and telling me, oh, well, you know, I play the Arsenal spec, oh, it's really good, I do well with it. Well, props to you, man. I mean, if you play against people who are completely retarded and can't find the interrupt button, well, good for you. I wish I was in your server, but fortunately on my server, as soon as I start casting Tracer Missile, I get interrupted, stunned, and completely annihilated. Well, you're lucky then. And also try opening with Fusion Missile whenever you can. It does a huge chunk of damage and kind of save thermal sensor override just with Fusion Missile because it takes up a huge chunk of resources. So it's smart when you can cast it for free. And as you can see here, you know, kind of have a couple of melee on me. This is really annoying. The only defense I have is running away from them. Also, I kind of noticed that some melee actually have a really short attention span, and if you kite them long enough, they eventually do give up and go away and annoy someone else, which is nice when they do it, but some persistent little yeah, lack of a better word, I don't want to swear too much, do follow you and do end up killing you. But, you know, if they want to waste so much time going after you, make them work for it. Like, really annoy them, LOS behind stuff, heal yourself up, make them really, really annoyed, and also put your dots up on them. I mean, you know, if they're chasing you, might as well annoy them with little tiny annoying burning dots. Always a plus. So, I mean, the game's about to come to an end soon enough. I guess that's about it, guys. Also, oh yeah, important tip, reactive shield in this spec removes roots. Use that wisely, especially when you get rooted by multiple people leaping on you. Just pop it and run the hell away. And also dispel. Dispel is really handy. You have anything remotely annoying, dispel it, because you can dispel any tech based, and it's really handy because sentinel dots are dispellable, so are pyrotech and mercenary dots, as well as operative dots. All of those dots are dispellable, so it's really cool. Especially the operative one. That dot does a huge chunk of damage in a very short time. So if you ever get opened by one, immediately your first move is to knock them back, and your second move is to dispel it. Never forget that you have a dispel. That's the one thing I like about this class. Is dispel. I use it lots. It's really, really handy. And also it removes sniper roots. If you didn't know that, now you do. It removes sniper roots. So if you have some sniper who roots you and starts setting up his massive burst, just root it on LOS and he'll cry inside. And I do the mistake of, again, standing out in the open. Why am I standing out in the open? Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Back to LOSing. Oh yeah. Well, that's about it for this guy. I guess. I mean, Warzone's going to end pretty soon. If you like what you saw, guys, let me know. And if you want to see the other Warzones commentated, and if you want me to show you places where I LOS and the other ones as well. I like Civil War as well. Civil War is an excellent Warzone with lots of LOS potential as well. It's one of my second favorite Warzone, to be honest. I can actually do that soon if I get around to it, but yeah, I will. When I'm not lazy and not too sick. And that's the end of the Warzone. I think I do around 500k damage, which is pretty cool in my opinion. That's mainly because I kind of didn't really help out with the objectives much, but you know, what do you expect from a mercenary? I'm kidding. In the other Warzones I do help, but I do help people and give them knockback CC cover whenever I can. But thanks for watching the video, guys, and I'll catch you guys next time.